Yellowstone National Park, a place of awe-inspiring beauty and deadly danger. Beneath its breathtaking scenery lies a volcanic landscape that can turn unforgiving in an instant. Today, we'll explore the tragic stories of three individuals who underestimated the perilous power of Yellowstone's geysers. From moments of carelessness to devastating consequences, these tales serve as chilling reminders of the raw, untamed force of nature. Join us as we uncover the decisions that led to these tragedies and learn why respecting nature's boundaries isn't just advice. It's a matter of life and death. Welcome to Rixie Reality, where risks meet reality. Before we dive into this tragic story, make sure to subscribe to this channel. The goal for the end of February is to reach 100 subscribers, so I would really appreciate if you would support my channel. For now, let's continue with the video. Yellowstone National Park is a place of stunning contrasts. Known for its breathtaking landscapes, vibrant wildlife, and geothermal wonders, it is one of the most visited national parks in the United States. Among its most iconic features are the hot springs, geysers, and bubbling mud pots, fueled by the park's location atop a massive volcanic caldera. Beneath the surface lies a seething cauldron of molten rock that heats water to unimaginable temperatures. While these geothermal features are mesmerizing, they are also extremely dangerous, with pools that can reach scalding temperatures and are often surrounded by fragile crusts of earth. Visitors are reminded through numerous signs and boardwalks to respect the park's boundaries and to tread carefully. Yet, every year, accidents occur when the power of Yellowstone's geothermal landscape is underestimated. Such was the case on a fateful August evening in 2000 when a group of friends, Sara Hulphers, Montague, and Lance Buchi, fell victim to the park's hidden dangers in a tragedy that would forever change their lives. Sara Hulphers, a vibrant 20-year-old from Oroville, Washington, had spent her summer working in the Old Faithful's employee dining room. Like many seasonal employees, she had come to Yellowstone for adventure, camaraderie, and the chance to experience one of the most beautiful places on Earth. Her companions, Montague, 18, and Lance Buchi, also 18, worked in the Old Faithful Lodge kitchen and housekeeping, respectively. The three had grown close during their time in the park and often explored its wonders together. On the night of the accident, the trio decided to go for a swim in the Firehole River, a popular spot for employees looking to unwind. They set off under the stars, their laughter echoing through the cool night air as they made their way back toward the lower geyser basin near Old Faithful. The park was shrouded in darkness, with the moon not yet risen to light their path. Somewhere along the way, the group strayed from the designated boardwalk that winds through the geyser basin. Unbeknownst to them, they were treading on dangerously thin ground. The lower geyser basin is home to some of Yellowstone's most treacherous geothermal features, including Cavern Spring, a deceptively calm, 178-degree hot spring with waters that plunge toe depths of 10 feet. It was between 10 and 11 p.m. when cries for help shattered the stillness of the night. Friends nearby, also returning from the river, heard the screams and rushed to find the source. What they discovered was horrifying. Sara, Tyler, and Lance had fallen into Cavern Spring. The intense heat off the water caused severe burns within moments of contact. Sara managed to pull herself from the scalding pool, her body racked with pain. Tyler and Lance, though gravely injured, also escaped, their skin blistered and burned from head to toe. Despite their immense suffering, they somehow found the strength to begin the arduous journey back to their vehicles, located a quarter-mile away. Friends stayed behind to comfort Sara while others supported Tyler and Lance as they stumbled towards safety. Park rangers later determined that alcohol was not a factor in the accident. Instead, it was likely the combination of darkness, disorientation, and the fragile crust surrounding the geothermal features that led to the tragic misstep. When emergency responders arrived, it became clear just how dire the situation was. Sara had sustained third-degree burns over her entire body. Tyler had second- and third-degree burns covering 97% of his body, while Lance's injuries affected 90% of his skin. They were rushed to the nearest medical facilities before being transferred to the University of Utah's Intermountain Burn Center in Salt Lake City, a renowned treatment center for severe burn injuries. Their journey to the hospital was only the beginning of an uphill battle for survival. Burn injuries of such magnitude are devastating, affecting not only the skin but also internal organs and the body's ability to regulate temperature and fight infection. Sara, Tyler, and Lance were in for the fate of their lives. The injuries suffered by Sara Hulphers, Tyler Montague, and Lance Buchi were among the most severe that medical professionals at the Intermountain Burn Center had ever encountered. The team at the Salt Lake City facility sprang into action, knowing that every second counted when dealing with burns of such devastating magnitude. The challenge ahead was monumental: managing excruciating pain, preventing infections, and addressing the damage to their internal systems. Each passing hour brought new complications and heightened the urgency of their care. Sara, whose burns covered her entire body, was in critical condition from the moment she arrived. The trauma to her skin had compromised her body's natural defenses, leaving her highly susceptible to infections and fluid loss. Doctors worked tirelessly to stabilize her, administering fluids, pain relief, and oxygen to support her failing organs. Friends and family, notified of the accident, could do little but hope as Sara's body struggled to cope with the overwhelming injuries. Despite the best efforts of the medical team, Sara's injuries were too extensive. The damage to her skin, the largest organ of the body, left her unable to regulate her temperature or fight off infection. Approximately 15 hours after the accident, she succumbed to complications from the burns. News of her passing sent shockwaves through the Yellowstone community, where she had been known for her kindness, adventurous spirit, and infectious smile. Her family, devastated by the loss, would later describe Eros a beacon of light whose memory would live on in the hearts of all who knew her. For Tyler Montague and Lance Buchi, the fight for survival was far from over. Both young men had suffered burns to nearly their entire bodies, requiring aggressive treatment. Skin grafting procedures began almost immediately, as doctors worked to replace the damaged tissue with healthy skin taken from other areas of their bodies or donated sources. Each graft was a painstaking process, and the risk of infection or rejection was ever present. Tyler's burns covered 97% of his body, leaving little room for viable skin grafts. The pain was relentless, and the procedures he endured tested the limits of his endurance. Lance faced similar challenges, with burns affecting 90% of his body. Both young men were placed in medically induced comas for much of their early treatment to spare them the agony of their injuries and surgeries. Over the weeks that followed, the young men's families maintained a constant presence at their bedsides, offering words of encouragement and praying for small victories. Each day brought new hurdles, from managing infections to addressing organ failures caused by the body's response to such severe trauma. The staff at the Intermountain Burn Center worked tirelessly, their dedication shining through as they battled to save Tyler and Lance. Back in Yellowstone, the park's tight-knit community rallied to support the victims and their families. Fundraisers were organized to help cover the mounting medical expenses, and messages of love and encouragement poured in from friends, co-workers, and even strangers who had been moved by the tragic story. The accident served as a somber reminder of the dangers posed by Yellowstone's geothermal features and the importance of respecting nature's boundaries. The outpouring of support extended beyond financial aid. Former employees, visitors, and local residents shared their own experiences and reflections, creating a network of emotional strength for those affected. Candlelight vigils were held in honor of Sara and in solidarity with Tyler and Lance, with attendees pledging to keep their memory alive by advocating for greater awareness of park safety. The accident that claimed Sara's life and left Tyler and Lance with lifelong scars underscores the unforgiving nature of Yellowstone's geothermal landscape. Visitors are repeatedly warned to stay on designated paths and boardwalks, which are designed to protect both people and the delicate ecosystem. Straying from these paths, especially at night, can have catastrophic consequences. Carla Wilson, a visitor who witnessed the aftermath of the tragedy, reflected on the dangers of venturing off the boardwalks. "I would not venture off this boardwalk. You couldn't pay me enough to set foot off this," she said, emphasizing the fragility of the ground surrounding Yellowstone's hot springs. Today, the story of Sara Hulphers, Tyler Montague, and Lance Buchi serves as a poignant cautionary tale for all who visit Yellowstone National Park. The park has since increased efforts to educate visitors about the dangers of its geothermal features, including enhanced signage, stricter enforcement of safety rules, and updated educational materials. Rangers now stress the importance of staying vigilant, especially during nighttime visits, when visibility is limited and hazards are more difficult to detect. For those who knew Sara, Tyler, and Lance, the memory of that fateful night remains vivid. Sara's adventurous spirit and infectious laughter are cherished by her family and friends, while Tyler and Lance continue to navigate the challenges of life after their injuries. Their resilience and determination stand as a testament to the human spirit's capacity to endure even the most harrowing trials. Both young men have since become advocates for safety, sharing their story to prevent similar tragedies. The tragic events that unfolded in Yellowstone serve as a stark reminder of nature's beauty and its perils. The story of Sara Hulphers, Tyler Montague, and Lance Buchi is one of youthful curiosity and misjudgment, but it is also a cautionary tale for all who venture into wild and unpredictable landscapes. Yellowstone's geothermal features, while stunning, demand respect. Beneath their vibrant colors and tranquil appearances lies a raw, untamed power capable of causing unimaginable harm. The park's fragile crust and scalding waters are not forgiving, and the rules in place exist for a reason: to protect both visitors and the delicate ecosystem. For those planning to explore the wonders of Yellowstone or any other natural park, there are critical lessons to take from this tragedy. Stay on designated paths. The boardwalks and marked trails are there for your safety. Straying from them, whether out of curiosity or for a shortcut, can lead to life-threatening situations. The ground around geothermal features is often unstable, and a single step can result in disaster. Respect warning signs. Signs posted throughout the park are not mere suggestions. They are based on decades of experience and knowledge of the area's dangers. Take the time to read and heed these warnings. The memory of Sara, Tyler, and Lance is a somber reminder of what can happen when these guidelines are overlooked. Their story has inspired efforts to increase awareness and educate visitors about safety in Yellowstone and beyond. It is a legacy that reminds us to balance our sense of adventure with mindfulness and respect. For those who venture into nature, the challenge is clear: to explore with wonder, but also with care. By following these lessons, we can honor the memories of those lost and ensure our journeys are as safe as they are memorable.